allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is H to the O-V. I used to move skate bumps by the OC. I guess even back then you could call me CEO of the ROC. Fresh out the frying pan into the fire. I be the music biz #1 supplier. Not TOC, but similar to the letters, no one can do it better. I check cheddar like a food inspector. My homie Strick told me to finish your breakfast. So that's what I'ma do. Take you back to the zoo with the lecture. Fast forward the jewels in the necklace. Let me tell you dudes what I do to protect you. Shoot at you actors like movie directors.
Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Welcome to Los Angeles, home court advantage for the Lakers. We are live at the Staples Center. You look at the Kings, well, it's been an improvement this year over last season. They made a lot of adjustments, and happy to see that they translate into some tangible results.
Well, right now for the Kings, they've not really done anything to distinguish themselves this year. I mean, they haven't been terrible, but they haven't been very good either.
And this is kind of the worst place to be in the NBA, Clark, just in the middle of the road. I mean, you're not good, you're not bad, you're just sort of mediocre. So this team, I think, has to make some changes.
Now Sacramento starting 5. On the wings, it's Thornton and Evans. Robinson at 4 with Cousins at the 5. And it's Brooks in at the point guard position. And for the Lakers, Kobe and Matt at the wings with Big Pau Gasol at the 4. Howard is out there with Nash. Now here's Howard. Against Golden State, he was really on his game.
You know, how exciting is it, guys, to see him go hard to the basket like that? I love it.
It's always fun to see, and it's one of the sights you can count on when he's out there, for sure.
Yeah, but you got to try to do more to slow him down. You can't play him so soft near the hoop.
And that one misses.
Sacramento might be called the Kings, but they were anything but regal or royal when they headed out on the road. I mean, last season just brutal for them in unfriendly territory.
On defense, Sacramento, their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And, Kevin, in that game, we saw a lot of sloppy play from the opposing offense. They coughed the ball up way too often.
Yeah, and that did make things really easy, guys. Nice to get a win if you're on that side of it and not to have to work too hard for it.
And here's Kobe for 3. Good. Kobe's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. We look back at the road record for the Kings. Last year, Steve, 6-27 for them, and they just had a very difficult time finding ways to win and score on the road.
Well, Sacramento's defense was awful last year, Kevin. No way to get around that. And when you don't play defense, you're not going to win on the road. It's too difficult. So that's the biggest thing, I think, heading into this season and looking beyond. Shoring up that defense will give them a better opportunity to win away from home.
Now Kobe, after Aaron Brooks' three-pointer didn't go. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, when you think about the history of the Lakers, obviously some phenomenal talent, Jerry West, Magic Johnson. You know, you can talk about the big fella with the sky hook, but Kobe Bryant, I mean, you could make the argument that he is the greatest Laker of all time. Think about that.
Wow. Now here's Brooks. Evans kicks to Robinson. Over Gasol. The shot no good. Some solid defense from Gasol. And Kobe, here we go. And that one's good. Kobe's got 7 points. Big thought there, Steve, on Kobe Bryant. I tend to agree, potentially the greatest Laker of all time. Clark, what do you see?
Well, I'd have to put him right there at the top of the heap. I mean, they've got such a storied history of great players. Kobe would be, on my mind, at the top of the list.
Here's Robinson. Following the basket by Kobe Bryant. Thornton, no good.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
Nash outside. Back to Howard. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Another bucket there. Time to extend this lead, guys.
I like what they're doing. I mean, putting together a run here, building that lead. they could get to the finish line comfortably.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. And this matchup with the Lakers, it's their first meeting of the season.
And the season series between these teams, 4 games in all, starting today. It's going to go a long way toward determining how this division shakes out by the end of the year.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Here's Thornton, and it's Thornton again missing.
5 shots and 1 make. That's stumbling out of the gate, folks.
And guys, even though there's not a lot of history between these two teams, there still is at least a little bit of a rivalry between these divisional foes.
And, you know, when you see an opponent as much as they do each season, there's always that possibility that the rivalry becomes bigger in any given year.
It sure makes it more fun, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lot more fun for the players and us. The defense caught dozing off that time.
Those open dunks, pretty high percentage.
Yeah, you're not going to miss many of those. I mean, this is really a poor defensive effort. Well, with this soft D, they're allowing them to shoot a very high percentage from the field so far.
Yeah, and they're just not offering any resistance, not making anything difficult for them, and they're able to kind of do whatever they want to do.
Now, here is Robinson. An 11-point game for him in the win against San Antonio.
Put in a lot of good work on the boards. That helped him, too.
Kobe against Thornton. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I had a chance to catch up with Keith Smart. It's their first meeting of the year with the Lakers, and anytime you play a franchise like LA, the game has a bit more meaning to it. Coach said with all the stars in LA and the anticipation my guys have had for this game, I just hope we are able to settle down and play our game. We'll be fine if we can do that. Let's see if they can control their emotions here, gentlemen.
Thank you, Doris.
Staples Center was just an unwelcoming venue all around last season, and the Lakers did their part by defending the home court, not only with pride, but passion, too.
Chuck Hayes is checked in for the Kings.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
The Kings shooting their first free throws here for the night.
Well, guys, you go back to last season, and this is a team that hit just 74% of its free throws. I know they'd like to see that number go up.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
Lakers always tough, as you mentioned, Clark, here at home. And last year, no different. Ended up 26-7 here inside the Staples Center. Was a big part, Steve, of why they were able to win the Pacific Division.
Well, any team that is a serious championship contender, Kevin, is going to control its home floor. And the Lakers, despite the fact that they lost in the conference semifinals, they were a contender, and they controlled their home floor pretty much all season long.
And it's Thornton again missing.
Tell you what, things just aren't bouncing his way this quarter.
The finish. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
They've built a big lead here early.
Both defensively and offensively. They've been terrific right from the tip.
Now here's Brooks. Looking for his first bucket of the game. Evans with it. Picked up by World Peace. Hayes dishes to Cousins. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, when you look at DeMarcus Cousins, it's just amazing his skill and his size. 6'11", 270, but he can pass, he can shoot, he's got great hands, he's got tremendous potential. It's just a matter of him working hard to be consistent on a nightly basis.
Matt Barnes is checked in for Pau Gasol. The Kings also at the sub. Garcia's checked in.
Well, the thing that comes to mind to me is how effective he is around the rim. And he can finish with either hand and finish strong.
And one of his greatest gifts is the ability to get his own shot off the bounce. No question about it. He's a tough cover.
Here's Brooks. Following the basket by Kobe Bryant. And big men with size and talent of DeMarcus Cousins don't come along all that often. He's a strong player, great rebounder. Clark, the ability to score inside and out.
And you know he's... Man! Boy, they ran a nice play there, Kevin, to set up an easy dunk.
Yeah, he got help from his teammate and ran his man right straight into the pick.
Yep, and that's the offensive player's job.
That's
Run
right.
him into the screen.
And it was a great pick, too, Clark. I mean, he may have lowered his shoulder a little bit, but he got him pretty clean.
The smart replay really gave you a good look at the action. Memo Okur is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. And Garcia kicks to Okur. drains it from beyond the arc.
You know, he's a rarity in the NBA, guys. A big man who can launch it from deep.
Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. Second, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, he had a terrific year last year, consistent, and ended up being one of the best scorers in the league.
Brooks kicks to Garcia. He feeds it to Okura. He passes to Evans. Lets it go from deep. A rebound by Kobe Bryant.
They're in attack mode early, guys, really cleaning up the glass.
Well, it's +5 in rebounding here in the first quarter. I mean, in a four-quarter game, if that margin continues, that's +20 rebounds. That would be almost assuring a win.
Nash the pass to Barnes. Shot clock at 6. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Fades. It's rebounded by Hayes.
I think in that situation, that was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
Jumps up. Blocked. Nash up on top. Covered by Hayes. Howard dishes to World Peace. Back to Howard. Outside for Kobe. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. 15 points for Kobe Bryant.
Well, that's been nice, efficient work, guys, that he's been doing. I mean, we haven't seen him take many bad shots, and that's the sign of a mature, poised player.
And stolen by Nash. And it's the Lakers on the break. Oh, and the jam by Kobe Bryant.
That's another one for his highlight reel. Just one of many dunks we've seen him throw down like that.
But Clark, it never gets old, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Steve, something else.
No, not for me. I mean, I'm always ready to see more of those.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Sprite. Last game for the Lakers, they picked up the W against Golden State.
Well, watching that game, Kevin, you couldn't help but think it was going to be their night, as well as everybody on the team was shooting the ball.
No question about it, Steve. I mean, you're not going to lose too many games where you have multiple players getting locked in like they were.
Well, he wasn't going to miss that. I mean, they were way too late to get to him out there.
And the Lakers with some changes. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Howard. Jamison comes in for Meta World Peace. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash. Kobe kicks to Jamison. Dishes it to Blake. Pick up by Hill. Backs down. Blake passes to Jamison. Kobe. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws. They get Jason Thompson.
Well, that's the best possible play there. I mean, that was an easy two, so instead foul him, make him shoot free throws.
That's right. A smart, strong foul there. No and ones and no dunks. Well, it's been a significant fall from grace for the Sacramento Kings. They are now a perennial bottom-dwelling team after being one of the top teams in the West for a long time, going back a decade or so ago.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Lakers leading by 14. Outside, Kobe. Hill, a screen on Thornton. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. And back to the Kings. Each of the last 4 seasons, they have finished at the very bottom, Steve, of the Pacific Division.
Yeah, and a big part of it is just how difficult it is winning against the other teams in the Pacific. When you look back, you know, the Lakers' success, Phoenix has been very good over the last decade or so, and you know, now even Golden State and the Clippers really making vast improvements. So this is not an easy division to have to compete with.
Hill sets the screen for Kobe. Stolen by Evans. Fredette with it. He's up against Jamison. Thornton dishes to Cousins. And it's Marcus Thornton with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist by Thornton. Sacramento making some changes. James Johnson's checked in for Cousins. And it's Brooks in for Jimmy Fredette. Kobe against Thornton. Back to Jamison. Over Robinson. Jamison with the basket on the assist from Kobe.
Well, they're scoring efficiently. They look very focused at the offensive end.
A nice start, no question, making all the right moves here early.
Brooks kicks to Johnson. Over Jamison. A shot by Johnson, no good.
And total domination on the glass by them so far.
Well, the anticipation has been outstanding, exquisite. I mean, it seems like they've got an extra sense as to know where the ball is coming off.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Lakers lead by 10. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
Coming up this Friday, Marcin Gortat and the Phoenix Suns take on Dwight Howard and the Los Angeles Lakers. Hoops action.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
And they're really keying in on getting as many good shots inside the lane as possible. They're doing a nice job of not just settling for outside looks.
Yep, I agree. I mean, they're working it inside and doing it with intention and purpose.
On the court for Sacramento, we got Thornton. Thomas Robinson is out there with Memo Okur. Then it's Brooks, and it's Garcia in at the 3 slot. And some changes here for the Lakers. World Peace comes in for Devin Ebens, and it's Nash in for Darius Morris.
You know, he's an excellent free throw shooter, Kevin, especially for a big fella.
Meeks passes to World Peace. He dishes it to Nash. Over Brooks. Nash's shot is off. The Kings trailed by 8, and Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
There's simply no denying that the Kings' DeMarcus Cousins is so gifted, but he's still trying to figure out how best to apply that talent. He said, in the past, I play against some of the smaller big men, and I try to take them off the dribble. I should be using my body, using my strength. It's just knowing what to use. Teammate Chuck Hayes said, he just sticks to his strengths, which is in that paint, and being a monster inside, he'll open things up, and we can all feed off of that. Guys?
Yeah, he's figuring out how to take the best advantage of his great size, and I think he's well on his way. Thanks, Doris.
Yeah, probably the most dominant defensive presence in the league today. Actually, there's no question about it. He is. He covers so much ground. He's big. He can jump. He anticipates. He just changes the entire team's defensive outlook when he's on the floor.
Yeah, steals, rebounds, and most dramatically blocks shots. He brings an athleticism, does Howard, to the center position that we've not seen in a long time.
Gasol, covered by Hayes. Gasol dishes to Howard. Shot clock at 5. That's good. Howard's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
He is always so in control, guys. Even when he's going hard to the hoop, very skilled finisher.
And Thompson kicks to Fredette. This one for 3. Second chance shot. Count the bucket. Thompson's got his first bucket of the night.
Excellent job carving out space under the glass to make that putback possible.
Here's Meeks, who's guarded by Thornton. Barnes kicks it over to Nash. The dish to Howard. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And stolen by Thornton. Gets it to go. And now it's just a 4-point Laker lead.
I can imagine they're going to hear an earful about this next stop. I mean, that's 3 straight field goals given up right in the middle of the lane. Inexcusable.
Now, defense starts at the rim. I mean, you want teams shooting the ball from the outside, and that's not happening. They're just giving up everything inside.
Here's Gasol. A beautiful reverse layup.
You think about Mike Brown and his arrival in L.A. He forged a relationship with Kobe right away. And I think that's important. You've got to be on the same page as your star player. He and Kobe would text each other after games well into the night. And that relationship was important in helping Mike Brown establish himself in L.A.
Howard, the pass to Barnes. Nash with it. Fredette picks him up. He kicks to Howard. Back to Nash. Barnes. To the middle. Gathers. Meeks. Good. And it's an 8-point Laker lead. And Kobe has been very complimentary of Mike Brown. His preparation, his attention to detail, Steve.
And in that regard, I think Kobe and Coach Brown are very similar. You talk about the preparation and the focus and the will to win. There's a bond between them, and it really grew last year. They have a good relationship. I think that will help Mike Brown as he continues to grow in this role as the coach of the Lakers.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
Yeah, not giving up too many second chance opportunities, which is always important, and it's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
The Kings trail by 9. Brooks with it. Over Jamison. And once again off the mark by Sacramento.
And, of course, the Lakers shipped off Lamar Odom before last season started. And just got a late first-round pick from Dallas in return. Not exactly what you would expect in terms of a player of Lamar Odom's caliber. You'd think they could have done better with that deal.
Meeks can't hit.
Even against defense as tight as that, you expect him to bury those.
I don't know. I mean, we've seen him hit those in the past, but like you said, the defender was on him like glue. It would have been quite a bucket.
Kobe goes in. Right side Hill. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. The Lakers ended up being fine with how they played, but really, as you said, it seems like they missed out on getting more in return.
Yeah, the whole trade appeared to be sort of a panic move. I mean, they didn't play well early, but ultimately adjusted, and I think that trade definitely hurt them early last season.
Kobe draws the double. Shoots from 12. Passes it to Blake. The pass to Meeks. Jamison, a screen. Another shot. Here's Hill. And stolen by Cousins. Evans kicks to Robinson. Jams it straight down.
That was a hole punch jam there, Kevin.
Nice finish.
Yeah, you got to love the way he just capped off that strong move.
Timeout called for Lakers.
How about the irony for the Kings last year? They draft Jimmer Fredette high in the first round, and then they get Isaiah Thomas with the last pick in the draft, and it turns out that Thomas is the one who ends up taking over the starting point guard role.
And the Lakers making a change here. World Peace is checked in. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Sacramento. Jamison kicks to Blake. Jamison with a screen on Brooks. Blake dishes to Jamison. Fades away. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And for the Kings, a team just doing everything they can do to find a difference maker on the floor, and they could care less that they found their point guard late in the draft, early in the draft. They just wanted to find a point guard.
Well, if you have game, it will travel and will show through. And with Jimmer and Thomas manning the backcourt, the Kings have some pretty good talent in those 2 players that can give them different looks at the point guard spot.
World Peace. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
With the Lakers, it's all about winning titles. Anything else is considered a disappointment. And they were tested early, though.
Go back to that matchup for the Lakers against Denver. Kobe's illness. He had the stomach flu. Artest out with the suspension. Meta World Peace. Had gotten the late regular season suspension with the elbow to the side of the head of James Harden. Steve, they were certainly facing their struggles.
Yeah, and those struggles caught up to them in the next round, Kevin, when they lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder, the younger, more talented team winning in that one. So for the Lakers, moving forward, they've got a lot of talent, but it's aging talent. And sooner or later, they're going to have to get younger on that roster.
Kobe draws the double. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Lakers have made 7 of their last 12 attempts at the line. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Last season was the 6th straight, Kevin, where the Kings failed to make the playoffs, and really they haven't been in postseason contention for any of those 6 years.
Dwight Howard, he's checked in for the Lakers. Nash comes in for Kobe.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
And Garcia kicks to Hayes. Good. Looks like you're right, 6 years, but it seems much longer than that for some reason, doesn't it, for the Kings? They're so used to making the playoffs in the years leading up to this drought.
Well, prior to that, Kevin, they had made the playoffs 8 consecutive years before this 6-year drought. So, boy, it's been a strange run for Sacramento. Some ups and downs, and let's hope they can get this thing turned back in the right direction.
On the wing, Evans. And the powerful one-handed slam. The Lakers in the lead. And here is Morris. Pass to Nash. Kicks it to Ebanks. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Nash, the pass to Ebanks. Okura with the block. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
And a quick look at the year Pau Gasol had last season. 7th in rebounding. And he was also a top 20 shooter from the field. So really a nice all-around offensive year for him.
And, you know, in terms of his rebounds per game, Steve, it was really a special season for him. He was a tough, physical player on the low block.
Matt Barnes is checked in for the Lakers. Then for the Kings, Jason Thompson. He's checked in for Hayes. Outlaw comes in for Tyreek Evans. And it's Jimmy Fredette in for Aaron Brooks.
Well, one of the reasons I like Jason Thompson is he's not afraid to be physical inside. He loves to chase down loose balls, get offensive rebounds, constantly fighting his opponent for position.
Yeah, very much a workmanlike approach to playing in the post from Thompson.
Well, after he threw that one down, he felt free to hang around for a little while.
A little extra emphasis at the end.
Now, you got to be careful, too, on that. It used to be an automatic technical foul. They'll still call it at times, but they're a little more selective with the call.
Special thanks to Sprite for that sweet replay. Here's Fredette. Hits the bucket. Fredette's got his second basket of the night.
Great pick, and that gave him enough space to get to the hoop and finish.
Back to Gasol. Feeds it to Barnes. Over Fredette. And he's on the money with his first shot today. Barnes has got his first bucket in this one. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the half. Garcia with the ball. Guarded now by Nash. And here's Outlaw for 3. No good. And the Lakers take it the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. Morris dishes to Nash. The jump hook, and there's another one for the Lakers.
Well, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket. And they will hold for the last shot.
Yeah, good clock management is essential here.
Now the feed to Morris. Barnes, covered by Outlaw. Barnes kicks to Morris. Here's Howard, and that's not going to go. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Lakers on top, up 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Today's a day to honor our nation's heroes. It's Veterans Day, and this is the NBA Halftime Report. At Staples Center, the Lakers in a close one against Sacramento. They're scoring effortlessly. The defense has been completely overmatched. Kobe's tearing it up against the Kings D. He's now up to 20 points and is also sharing the ball, picking up assists as well. And no shortage of desire from the Kings side of things. They've gotten a tremendous boost from their reserves, going to them early in the game for production. Marcus Thornton with some valuable contributions. Also getting into the mix, Mehmet Okur. Let's start by looking at seeing what's on tap in the NBA. It'll be the Hawks against the Clippers out in Los Angeles. So some good interconference play in that one. And one game also on the docket. Out in Memphis, it'll be the Grizzlies against the Heat. A couple of big names facing off there. And another game that's coming up, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers up against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Game gets going at 6 p.m. Eastern. And that'll be all for now. Thanks so much for joining us. The third quarter just about to get underway.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
Kobe having just a fantastic game. He has 20 points, and the contribution from the line for him, he's made 5 free throws.
He hasn't been afraid to draw a little contact if the opportunity's been there. And I'll tell you, some guys shy away from that, not him.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for the Lakers right now, Kobe, Meta, and Pau Gasol are the guys that make up the 2, 3, and 4 slots. Nash out there with help. And this is his third trip to the line tonight.
And guys, that was an element of his game that he could not get turned around. I mean, he was really in a funk, and it lasted all season.
Well, Dwight Howard is a fun-loving type of guy, but he had all kinds of problems a year ago. Originally asked for a trade, and then he backed off the demand. And there were reports that he had asked management to fire Stan Van Gundy. I think the biggest question with Dwight Howard is just the maturity. He came straight out of high school to the NBA, and you wonder if he ever figured out how to be a part of a team and how to really be a leader.
Nash, the pass to World Peace. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. With a break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. Dwight Howard on top. Fourth, DeMarcus Cousins.
Both these guys always seem to be around the hoop, and they have a nose for the ball. Great anticipation as the ball comes off the hoop.
And you think about Orlando, from the fans to the coach to the other players on that roster. The whole situation with Howard not seeming fully committed, really, really tough on everybody.
Yeah, commitment is really the lifeblood of any team, Kevin. You know that. We know it as broadcasters, being part of a team. A player's not invested completely, especially a player as important as Dwight Howard is. It's really hard to be at your best and optimize your performance.
And both free throws good for Brooks.
Aaron Brooks last season played in China and made it all the way to the championship round over there. He's a player who's absolutely NBA material. He's proven that. But he didn't want to wait and see how the lockout developed, so he took the opportunity abroad. Good for him.
And he recovers it. Backing down is Howard. Knocked loose. Gets it to go from 8 feet. Howard's got 5 points now this quarter. And for Aaron Brooks, he had an established role as the backup point guard in Phoenix, and Steve now reestablishing himself in the NBA.
Well, I'm interested to see if he can pick up where he left off as far as his production is concerned. You know, it's not easy to leave the NBA for a year, and even though he was playing in China, it's a totally different situation. But Brooks is talent, he's quick, and he can really light it up.
Kobe goes in, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
You know, when he plays well, generally the team does too, and it's exactly what we're seeing here today.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
You know, another great season for Kobe Bryant last year, and he actually traveled to Germany in the offseason for a special treatment to his knee and his ankle, that he said made a huge difference in his ability to play without pain.
Here's Thornton. He's got 9. Gets it to go. Thornton's got 11 points.
That's how you exploit that defense. Take the ball right to the basket.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third.
There's no way to deny it. Just overall a rough season for the Kings last year. I mean, they struggled early, went through a coaching change. Never a good sign when you have to make it through the Western Conference. It's hard enough without those kind of distractions and speed bumps.
Kobe, Meta, and Pau Gasol are the guys that make up the 2, 3, and 4 slots. Howard is out there with Nash. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
This is a very steady performance offensively for him.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Kevin, it's been a career of milestones for Kobe Bryant, the youngest player to score 26,000 points, the only perimeter player to make an All-NBA team past the 1,200 game mark. But Kobe's set of the records, I don't know about them until they come up. When I'm older and I'm like 70 years old or something like that, maybe then I'll get a little more sentimental. But right now, I just want to win. I just want number 6. I'm not asking for too much, man. Just give me a 6th ring. Kevin, it's all about the jewelry.
Well, we'll see if the Lakers can find a way. Thank you, Doris. The West can certainly take a lot out of a team. The Kings felt that sting last year against Western Conference opponents that went 16-32. Steve, not an easy task.
No, but for the Kings, you know, they did seem re-energized after the coaching change with Keith Smart taking over. A lot of young players. They've got to grow together. They've got to learn together. And it's going to be very interesting to see this team evolve as the years go on.
Here's Robinson. Following the basket by Dwight Howard.
And this is why they have the big lead. The rebounding has been dominant.
You know, guys, the +8 rebounding, I don't think it tells the whole story. I mean, they've been the more physical team from the outset. That's been the difference, their physicality.
You know, and I think it goes without saying, guys, but his strength and body control scoring in close, that's what makes him special. You can see it with the shooting percentages inside. I mean, he's a tremendous finisher.
And you know what? He's a guy who will put some wood on you now. He'll throw his weight around. Bodying him up play after play can really wear you down.
Nash kicks to world peace. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. And that's 11 points for Meta World Peace.
They love to see him aggressive like that when he's on the floor, especially when the defense gives him room. Now let's take a look back to last year and the season Dwight Howard had. First in rebounding, second in field goal percentage, and he was a defensive presence in the paint, ranked number 3 in the league in blocked shots.
And Steve, let's go back to his #1 ranking in rebounding. I mean, the top rebounder, that tells you just how good he was at not only rebounding, but he had to get in position, reading and reacting to miss shots.
That's grace over power, guys. That finger roll gets him 2 points. Impressive stuff.
Now here's Kobe. He's got 24. Howard with a screen on Thornton. And stolen by Thornton. Brooks with it. Guarded now by Nash. Marcus Thornton on the wing. Over Howard. Thornton no good.
Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively.
Well, Keith Smart took over for the Kings on an interim basis last year. That's the 3rd time that he's taken over that role in his NBA career. Coached 49 games in Cleveland. Also took over for Golden State 2 seasons ago, but the Kings gave him an extension, and he's the head coach in Sacramento now.
Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Thornton's got 4 points in the quarter. Nash against Brooks. Nash dishes to Howard. Back to Nash. Nash gets a screen from Howard. Shot on the wing. Gets it to go. And that's now 7 points for Nash. And the Kings players seem to be responding well to Coach Keith Smart. Wouldn't you say, Steve?
Yeah, they played hard for him. You know, I think he came in at the right time. The team was in disarray, and they really were not happy with the previous coach. So he kind of came in at a time where they were looking for somebody to lead them. And I thought his special pet project was DeMarcus Cousins, really an important part of this team's future. And Smart did a nice job of communicating well with Cousins.
Here's Kobe. Following the basket by Thomas Robinson. Nash with it. Guarded now by Aaron Brooks. World Peace, the pass to Nash. This all setting the pick for Nash. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Kobe. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. 26 points for Kobe Bryant.
You know, it's easy to take him for granted because we're so used to seeing him make those kinds of plays. You know, guys, I think what makes Steve Nash amazing is we know he's one of the great passers in the history of the NBA. He might be the best shooter of all time. When you look at the numbers, that would be the case. And you don't normally say that about a guy who's a pure point guard.
Now, here's Nash. 7 points in the game. Gasol drives in, and that one's good. Gasol's got 5.
Man, offensive execution is really the story here. Just playing beautiful basketball.
And guys, you can see it in their advantage in field goal percentage. I mean, you get high quality shots, you're usually going to shoot well. They're playing outstanding basketball.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Antoine Jameson's checked in for Howard. Barnes comes in for Meta World Peace. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Kobe. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Steve Nash. And one thing I think that bears emphasizing with Steve Nash is what a force he is offensively. You know, Clark, sometimes we get locked into just scoring, but Nash, between his shooting and his passing, really lifts the entire offense.
Well, he controls the flow of a team offensively too, Steve, and I think sometimes that's overlooked. You know, you look at points and assists, how your team paces and plays offensively is usually due to the point guard.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively, they desperately need a basket.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Gasol. And Kobe is subbed in for Jody Meeks. And then for Sacramento, Jason Thompson, he's checked in for Okur. And it's Thornton in for Tyreek Evans. And Thornton kicks to Brooks. Kept alive. Here's Hayes. Up and in on the layup.
They've got to offer more resistance inside. Just too many easy buckets in the paint.
Yeah, Steve, and that's the top priority for any defense. You got to protect the paint.
Here's Blake. It's Kobe Bryant on the wing. He's guarded by Thornton. Jameson kicks to Kobe. There's the pass to Blake. And stolen by Outlaw. It's 2-on-1. And here they go. Hayes moves back up. And the basket by Thornton. Thornton's got 6 points in the quarter.
And a really poor job boxing out there, guys. A momentary lapse in concentration, I think.
Stolen by Thompson. And now in transition is Thornton. Here we go. Tries from 10. And Brooks gets it on the assist by Thornton. And that's now 6 points for Brooks.
Turnover problems for them, and they just look lackluster out there.
Yeah, sometimes you have off games, but you always have to bring the effort, and I'm not sure I'm seeing that right now.
Now here's Brooks. 6 points for him. Here's Outlaw. A rebound by the Lakers. Jameson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. They come in fresh off the win against the Warriors.
Yeah, and in that game, Kevin, I thought they shared the ball, they spread the floor, they shot it well. They were just so efficient offensively.
You're all over it, Steve. Everything you said is right on point. The way they moved the ball, they created so many high percentage shots.
And the Lakers with another miss. Here's Thornton. Can't hit from 12. And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Lakers lead by 13. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return.
Tune in this Thursday. LeBron James and the Miami Heat take on the Denver Nuggets. Do not miss it.
Fourth quarter getting going here. It's time for the Sprite Uncontainable Game. Doris Burke with the report. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kevin, our uncontainable game in this one, the stretch by the Lakers. With every trip down the floor, they find a different way to put points on the board and extend this lead. This looks like a team finding their stride on both ends of the floor.
Doris, thanks. And I think we can all agree the whole flow to their game sort of gelled at that point. Don't you think, Steve?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Kevin. Everything came together for them all at once. I mean, their shots started dropping one after another at one end, and then at the other end, they went into lockdown mode defensively.
Yeah, it was truly a good stretch for them, Steve. All they needed were a few things to kind of click into place, and then they were rolling on all cylinders.
A moment now to reset the lineups. Back to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the 4th quarter. On the floor for Sacramento, Evans and Robinson are the 3 and the 4. Thornton out there with Brooks, and it's Hayes in at the center position. And here's Thornton outside, and it's Thornton again missing.
Now, remember, he did make a three-pointer in the first half, so we'll see if he can find the range here in the second.
Kobe kicks to Ebanks. He dishes it to Nash. Dishes it to Howard. Outside for world peace. And the 3 off target. The Kings trail by 13. Brooks with it. Guarded now by Nash. Brooks kicks to Evans. Evans, right side, puts it up from 12. Robinson misses.
He's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
Nash dishes to Howard. And the call will go against Thomas Robinson. That's his 5th foul.
Boy, it's been a tough go in terms of fouls for him. I mean, my goodness, he can't stay out of the way of foul.
Pau Gasol's checked in for the Lakers. Barnes comes in for Devin Ebanks. And then for Sacramento, Cousins comes in for Chuck Hayes. And Okur subbed in for Robinson. And again, the Lakers no good.
Well, he's wide open there, but really struggles from that range. Maybe there's a reason he's open.
And Cousins kicks to Thornton. Evans. Second shot opportunity. And Cousins puts it back in. Cousins has got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Kings. And here's Kobe from the arc. Okur gets the rebound. Okur's got his 3rd rebound tonight. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find some, you're right.
I thought last season was a better year for Tyreek Evans. He bounced around a little bit position-wise, but he became better defensively and did a nice job for Sacramento creating shots for other people.
Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for the Kings. Nash with it. Guarded now by Aaron Brooks. Out to Kobe. The 3 is launched. And again, no good by the Lakers. And for Tyreek Evans regarding his work defensively, it has to help with a great veteran, I would think, and the defender like Chuck Hayes, Clark, on the team.
Yeah, we all need mentors, and in basketball, you need veteran guys to show you how to get things done at both ends of the floor as you're a young, developing player. And Chuck Hayes is a terrific example for a guy like Tyreek Evans to follow.
Kobe kicks to Barnes. Gasol backing down. Pass to Nash. It's rebounded by Thornton. Thornton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Brooks against Nash. Here's Gasol. Tries again. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. 8 points for Pau Gasol.
Boy, I love the way they've been attacking inside, Kevin.
All right, guys, they're getting a lot of points in the painted area, not settling for outside shots, and I don't see any reason to change strategy here. And how did he get that to go?
Even after the whistle, I like the awareness, the alertness, and the presence of mind to finish the play.
Nash is such a devastating offensive player because no matter what you do defensively, he always has an answer. One of the best passers and shooters in the history of the game. So whatever you do, he's going to find a way for his team to score.
Well, you've talked a little bit about him hitting open shots. Even when Nash is absolutely smothered and covered, he can still knock it down. It comes back to that focus and awareness of his. I think his body balance and court awareness are 2 of his best attributes.
No coverage that time. And the Lakers lead by 14.
Man, they are spreading the floor and letting it fly, really knocking it down from outside.
And I love that gunslinger's mentality, Steve. Playing the win as opposed to playing it safe. I call it prevent offense when you try to protect the lead. Let it fly, let it fly, let it fly.
Gets it to go. Nash has got 10 points in just the second half.
Seems to be recovering after that rough first half. Really starting to play well here.
Brooks with it. Guarded now by Nash. Marcus Thornton on the wing. A 3-ball. And it's Thornton again missing.
He just can't get a good feel for his shot at this point. That's one of the reasons they're losing.
Feeds to Blake. Lets it go with a 3. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. Chance to check out the Sacramento Kings' upcoming schedule. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand.
Big game for the Hawks today, guys. You know their fans are hoping they can pull that one out.
Nash outside. Makes the lead pass. And stolen by Cousins. And the Kings pushing it up now. Brooks misses.
And they have a huge advantage on the boards.
Well, this has been one-sided so far, both on the rebounding side and the scoreboard.
plate, kicks to Barnes. Working on Hayes. Nash, Brooks covering. 6 on the shot clock. Backing down is Howard. Rebound by the Kings. Thornton's got 4 rebounds in this game. And this matchup with the Lakers, it's their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the dynamic is between these two clubs, Kevin, because they'll face each other 4 times this year.
Lakers leading by 14. Nash. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And with the 4 games between them that Steve just brought up, how many times have we seen a season series that long get more and more heated as it goes along, Clark?
Well, Kevin, we see that all the time. And if this one is closely contested here today, that's exactly what will happen again. I mean, the second game will increase in intensity, no question about it.
Might get a little chippy.
Yep.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Meta World Peace, he's checked in for Barnes. And Kobe is subbed in for Steve Blake. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. Here's a look at the schedule for the Los Angeles Lakers. They host the Spurs after this one. Here's Brooks. Long range from the inbound. The Lakers with the rebound. Howard's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Nash with it. Robinson picks him up. Nash drives in. Kobe over Thornton. And Kobe the bucket with the assist by Nash. And that's now 28 points for Kobe Bryant.
You know, when he plays well, generally the team does too, and that's exactly what we're seeing here today.
Brooks kicks to Thornton. Tries to snap the cold streak. And it's Thornton again missing.
Nothing's working for him here. He's just really struggling to find the basket.
And Kobe, here we go. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Kevin, you'd expect them to protect the ball better, but that hasn't been the case here. They've turned it over often, but still find themselves out in front somehow.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And it's Thornton again missing.
I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Nash kicks to Kobe. The dish to World Peace. Nash outside. The 3, good. Nash has got 10 points in the quarter.
Well, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Brooks kicks to Thornton. Kicks to Cousins. Nash comes with the double team. The feed to Thornton. Launches it. And it's Thornton again missing.
He's laboring out there right now, guys. The shot has not been falling for him this quarter. The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
Brooks with it. Guarded now by Nash. Back to Brooks. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. To stop the run, and the basket by Thornton. Thornton's got 10 points in just the second half.
You know, they'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys.
Here's Howard. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. Nash has got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. You're right, Clark. Lots of mistakes and lots of turnovers.
Kevin, this is a really talented team, so they can sometimes overcome some of the mistakes that they create on their own. And I think that's what we're seeing here. They're fortunate to be in the position they're in.
Passes it to Thornton. Shoots the 3. And it's Thornton again missing.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, we can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
Nash outside. Shot clock at 6. Inside to Gasol. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. And that's 10 points for Pau Gasol.
Looks like this one's over. They really played well tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, we can take it out of the oven. This game is cooked.
And that's Evans penetrating. Shot from 12. Rebound the Lakers.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Kobe with it. Evans picks him up. Kobe kicks to Howard. And he drops it in from the low post. Howard's got 4 points in the quarter. 1:15 left to play in the final quarter. Now Brooks on the wing Evans. He feeds it to Thornton. Launches a three. Right side Robinson. He passes it to Cousins. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. A platoon swap here for the Lakers. Sacramento making some changes. Lakers shooting around 60% in the night. Amazing work offensively so far. Barnes passes to Hill. It's up against Thompson. Pick up by Hill. And Meeks kicks to Hill. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
And that should definitely do it. Now it's starting to get out of hand.
Yeah, they're not just running to the finish line. They're running through the finish line right here. They're piling it on a bit.
The three from Fredette. Good.
That's a defensive let-up right there. I mean, they've got to close down on him quicker when he's in three-point range.
Here's Hill. Gets it to go.
Not much drama left in this one, guys.
No, it hasn't quite exactly been a nail-biter. I mean, it's going to be a great win for them, though.
Fredette dishes to Thompson. He kicks to Garcia. Puts up a three. And another three for Sacramento. Here's Morris. The pass to Barnes. Dishes it to Morris. Ebanks. It's stolen by Johnson. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our